Well, there were a lot of magical Canadian performances at the recent Summer Olympics in Paris. But for my money, nobody flew higher, both literally and figuratively, than our next guest. Bronze medal pole vaulter Alysha Newman shines bright, both on and off the track. How lucky are we to be able to have you in studios today? Welcome.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here.
And you brought the hardware. Show it off for us.
Whoop, whoop.
It's heavy. You let me hold it.
Yes, I know. You saw it, right? And it's just like the detailing, the part of the Eiffel Tower. Oh. It just makes it all worth it.
And so I told you off camera that my toxic trait is that you made everything look so easy because you were having so much fun.
Yeah.
But I know that it took a lot of hard work and determination to get you to Paris in the first place.
Yeah.
Walk us through what that journey was like.
Yeah, I mean, for anyone that wants to be the best at something in the world, it doesn't just take a physical talent. You're going to want to be one of the best in all aspects of your life. I mean, a huge thing that I've done between Tokyo 2021 and 2024 Paris was my environments were really huge. Eliminating myself from people that, you know, were talking negative, and I didn't even realize just me being in their environment, that brought a lot of heaviness and a lot of negativity to my life.
Yes.
So I think that was my first thing, was like cleansing up my circle. And then after that was the consistency. I mean, you gotta build bricks. You have to start with a confident brick and then add bricks as you go. And that's what we did all season. It was like I was getting little wins here and there internationally. And at one point, I think I said it in February, I looked at my coach and I was like, I'm bringing home a medal this year. I can feel it. And so I think from that point, you start vibing off of that energy and you keep going. You want to be the best at something. Not only for me, now we're on an Olympic stage, now I want to do this for the country. And so to be able to be the first Canadian woman ever to bring home an Olympic pole vault medal is like my ultimate cherry on top.
And I want to emphasize that, as you saw the key at the bottom of the screen there, first Canadian woman at the podium for pole vault, setting a new Canadian national record too. Tell me about the celebration, because the moment I saw your celebration, I was like, that's my girl.
Yeah, well, it's fun because, I mean, through my career, I've always celebrated after a natural record. I've done backflips, I've done cheering, chanting, sometimes I've done like the worm on the mat. Like I've done a lot of different celebrations. And I think this one, I had kind of come across it about a year ago, where I saw a female soccer player kind of fake an injury after a goal and then dance. And so I think I kind of remembered that in the moment. I was like, my whole leading up to the Olympics, I was getting injured and I was going through this. So let me spice it up. Let me like joke on my coaches that I got hurt after the jump, and then you got to break out into a dance, and it happened to be the little my fun twerk, what I did, and I just enjoyed it. The atmosphere after I did that just lightened up in the stadium. People all over the world now still message me and they're tagging me in it, like after they celebrate or score a goal or make a bar, they're like, go into the twerk, and I'm like, good for you guys.
Newman, do the Newman.
Yeah, do the Newman.
One thing I love about you too is you're so open, and the conversations you've had leading up to Paris and while you were in Paris too have kind of sparked so many different conversations. And the biggest one to me that really I took notice of is how athletes like yourself are supplementing their careers. Walk us through kind of the conversations that you've had and why it's so important for the public to know about this.
Yeah, well, I mean, I knew getting into amateur sport, it wasn't for the funds, right? I mean, that's the whole reason we call it amateur sports, because there's nothing amateur in what we do physically on the track or on a field. And so I knew getting into that, but I said, why can't I be the one to like break barriers down and get athletes paid? Because not only are we in our paying year because it's Olympic year, why can't this happen every year for us for the duration of our career? And so instead of me going out and asking people to sponsor me, I said, well, why can't I build an online presence that whoever really is intrigued into my life, my BTS, all this fun things I do as an Olympic athlete, and want to invest into that to make themselves better at home, I'm going to take that opportunity and do that. And so when I launched, obviously, OnlyFans, I'm on Instagram, I'm on TikTok, and a lot of us don't know that still to this day, Canadians don't get paid on TikTok.
Wow, yes.
For our viewerships, for everything. So I'm like, gosh, like everyone's getting ahead. How can I get ahead as well?
And that's a lot of work you're putting into creating that content.
Exactly, because you're not only trying to stay relevant year after year, but you're also coming out with pretty amazing content on motivating people, showing workouts, my nutrition, my mental, my visualization. And so instead of me giving it out for free, I needed to find a platform that not only paid a subscription, because obviously, as we know as young entrepreneurs these days, a subscription makes us the money. And so I said, well, let me launch my OnlyFans, let me do this, and I'll just let the world talk about it. And I'm gonna just do what I do and feel comfortable on it. And then if you're interested, you go and sign up and you see what's on there.
And for those who don't know at home, OnlyFans is a platform that allows the user to generate content, and folks kind of subscribe to that content and pay money. And it's up to you what sort of content you want up there. But you said that you wanted to have that conversation openly because you wanted to remove the stigma around that as well.
Well, yeah, because I think a lot of times people are into their own things. And I will never, ever judge a female, a male, whoever it is who's ever on any platforms on what they post, because that's who they want to be and how they want to represent themselves. And so I've had so many incredible conversations, and so many athletes join OF since the Olympics, and also pre-Olympics, because they've just seen my vision and look at it as a bigger, we're not looking at it in a box. We want to look above that box. And so for that, to have those conversations moving forward, it really comes down to that own person, as long as they can handle that stigma that comes with it. And I do believe in something, and I think it's just like me getting my medal. If you believe that you can do it, you got to invest time into it. So if I were to like cancel my OnlyFans now, I'll never know what it could be in 10 years from now. And maybe again, I'm the person to push those boundaries and be the person that says, don't worry, you're in a community that's supportive on OF, as long as you want to post what you want to post. And don't ever let anyone let you post what you want to, or don't want to. So I think at the end of the day, I think you got to do what makes you feel the best, and what's gonna pay the bills, because we all got to live and we all got to eat.
And you're certainly pushing, you're behind pushing that conversation. And that's what I love about you. Something else I love about you, you are all about investing in the next generation. Walk us through the funds that you're raising.
I'm so excited.
And supporting the next generation of athletes.
Yeah, I'm really, really excited. Me and my coaches have always had a dream to build a facility. I think this medal not only helps me make me seem a little bit more legit. It's like getting a diploma, right? You're like, here's my diploma, now come invest in it, you know? So I think for me, sport freed me from, that everyday typical going to school, going to university. Sport allowed me to become, I guess you could say, a national icon in sport. And so it showed me that if we provide and we build, they will come. And that's what I want to do. I want to build the next high-performance facility in Caledon, and the reason I decided to do it in Caledon, not only because I live there and I'm out there, but because it's a lot more affordable than the city. There's a lot more land. There's a lot more space for parking and all that fun stuff that we don't want to deal with going to training every day. And so I think at the end of the day, this community is willing to push things a lot faster and a lot further. So we really hope within the next year we can break ground. We have 4 acres already. The city's willing to provide that to us. We've raised quite a bit of money, but we need some more. Now we're switching over to getting the right, I guess you could say, we had the GoFundMe going, but for the bigger donations, we're just getting the lawyers to finish off with the, getting tax write-offs and all that kind of stuff. The fun stuff, the book stuff that I probably shouldn't be dealing with, right? And so that's what I guess this call for action is, for everyone to come together, because it's going to be a space of love and support, and we want to develop more Olympic athletes. We want more podium, and we want more medals. And
we want more Alysha Newmans. They don't call you the pole vault queen for no reason, but you're a queen in every word and a national treasure and an icon.
Thank you.
It is a pleasure having you here. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you. Oh, this was awesome. Thank you.